For the first time in 2025, it's Windy City Bulls basketball from the Now Arena. We welcome you in, and some NBA talent in the house tonight as the Bulls have sent their first-round draft pick, 11th overall, Matas Buzelis, down to the Windy City Bulls, along with the 2023 second-rounder from Tennessee, Julian Phillips. So, some NBA flavor for Windy City as they open a 5-game homestand tonight against Texas. And alongside Mark Chanowski, I'm Sam Brief. Happy New Year. So, Mark, the story tonight is Buzelis and Phillips. What do you look for from them?
Well, I was kind of surprised to see that they're both going to be playing at the G League level. We joke with Matas. I had him a podcast with Stacey King a couple of weeks ago. We joked that you dominated so much in your first G League game, they're never going to have you back. But he has not been playing a lot of minutes on the NBA level, so I think Billy Donovan, AK, decided that let's get him some run. And same situation, of course, with Julian Phillips. They have not been getting big minutes at the NBA level. Bulls don't play again until tomorrow night, so why not get him some run in this game?
Why not? We'll take him.
Yeah, we sure will. And it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to measure up because the Windy City Bulls don't really have a true point guard in the lineup. So Marcus Domas will be charged with kind of handling the ball, handling duties, and getting the team in their half-court sets. And, of course, they've got Alex Schumacher they could bring in off the bench. But a little bit of a short-handed team, but a tall team. And
right away, Sanogo is blocked by the tallest player in the G League, called a goaltend, though, the 7'5 Jamarion Sharp, who will test the Bulls' length big time.
Yeah, his job is just to patrol the paint and block anything that comes his way, and he was able to get his hand on that shot, but of course called for goaltending.
But he does it very well. He had 6 blocks in the first 3 minutes the other night against Oklahoma City. Here's Wheeler, and around to Walker. The miss, Wheeler gets the board. Right back up with it over Sanogo, Sharp, and finally the Bulls able to come away with it, but Phillips stepped out. So you send it right back to Texas.
And outside of Sharp, the Legends don't have a lot of size, so it's going to be incumbent on the Bulls right now to really pound the glass and try to take advantage of the fact they're really starting 4 forwards.
And Jared Lucas on a little fall-away shot for the first bucket of the night. And Marcus Domas, rookie out of Illinois, handling point guard duties tonight after 9 assists in his last game. The miss boarded by Walker. Here comes Texas with some pace. Walker weaving in and over Liddell for 2.
Really impressive move there by Tyson Walker. Big Ten fans should be very familiar with him. He played his college ball at Michigan State, was an all-conference performer. He'll be a focus of their offense tonight.
And then Buzelis gets on the board on his first touch.
He's going to have a size advantage against just about everybody he goes up against. It'll be Sanogo battling the 7'5 Sharp in the paint. Buzelis will have size advantage against anybody Texas puts up against him.
And Buzelis, 6'9", a lot of length. And here goes Lucas again. Sharp the board, Sharp the putback.
That's the advantage of being 7'5". He was just able to reach over the top of the Windy City players and lay it back in. Very good move there by Sharp.
And Sanogo over Sharp. He was fouled. Well, Jamarion Sharp, he was 6'6" as a freshman in high school. And flash forward about 10 years, and he's 7'5". Here he is with the foul on Sanogo.
Yeah, what they always tell you is when you're going into a shot blocker, make sure you make that body contact, try to get him to back up and not give him that room to jump because he wants to clear space to be able to reject the shot. Sanogo go into his chest. Of course, in the G League, you only shoot the 1 free throw on any shooting foul. He cashes that in for 2 points.
We'll change that up in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter and overtime. Walker, the kick to Wheeler, and a 3-ball.
Wheeler's really going to be the focus of their offense right now, along with Tyson Walker. They don't have a lot of scoring power on this Texas Legends team, so it's really important for Windy City not to let Wheeler and Walker get off.
And both the Legends and Bulls have struggled quite a bit this year. Legends at 6-12 as Buzelis hits a 3, which is what Bulls fans should want to see.
I think that's one of the reasons he's down here, to kind of expand his offensive game. He has not gotten a lot of minutes lately, and I think he's going to be told, shoot whenever you get a chance and show your offensive talent tonight.
He's 2 for his last 11 from downtown at the NBA level. And again, his second G League game as Wheeler misses. Sharp tries to clean the glass. Ball tipped out and will remain here with Texas. Legends bringing in 2 subs, Tommy Bruner and TFL Leonard Jr.
Yeah, both these teams a little bit shorthanded because of injuries and illness. There's been a lot of illness spreading around both the NBA and G League levels. So both teams only have 9 or 10 guys to go. It'll be important not to get in foul trouble tonight.
Here comes Lucas after the Phillips three-point miss. Henderson an air ball on a 3. Phillips the board. Off to Buzelis. Back to Phillips with a monster slam.
That was some NBA teamwork there. Modest leading the fast break. You saw Julian Phillips cutting up the lane. Caught him in perfect stride to throw it down.
This year's Bulls first-round pick feeding last year's second-rounder from Tennessee. Julian Phillips. First G League game of the season for him. It's Lucas, a little shake. The kick. Bruner. Off on the 3, and Sanogo rebounds.
Yeah, Bruner's so new to this team, they don't even have his name on the back of the jersey. That's when you know that you've just been added to the squad.
And then Buzelis, a flush.
On your head. Couldn't get out of the way of Modest that time. We know anytime he goes to the rim, he's got bad intentions. He's looking to throw it down at any opportunity.
5 early points for the Bulls' first-round pick. 11th overall this season. Bruner without the name on his back. Now Lucas trying to muscle around Phillips. It's Leonard Jr. from downtown. Stops the Bulls' run. 1-point game early. Here's Damask. The rookie from Illinois. Sanogo, a 3-ball, not a shot.
Yeah, that one kind of
Texas
came
board
off his hand a little bit funny. And You could tell right away it was a little bit offline. But that's one of the things that they want to see him develop. Try to improve his shooting range as the season goes along.
4 for 11 now from downtown as Texas responds. A quick answer from Henderson. Legends who have lost 3 straight. Up early as Phillips gives the lead back to Windy City.
Again, the Bulls using that size advantage. Phillips able to go over the smaller Lucas. And the Legends are going to have a tough time matching up with this lineup. Billy Donovan decided he would go with Marcus Domask and 4 taller players, really creating some matchup issues.
And Bruner's fouled by Sanogo, looking to weave around the big man from UConn. And it'll send Tommy to the charity stripe. One more look.
Yeah, Bruner able to get the ball underneath the shot blocker Sanogo. The body contact sends him to the free throw line. He'll shoot 1, chance to pick up 2 points. Another new member of the Texas Legends, Tanner Holden, coming in. He also has yet to get his name stitched on the back.
That's when you know. Here's the newcomer Bruner, who was second in the NCAA in scoring last season. 24 points a game at the University of Denver.
Yeah, they just made a move to Division I, and he's getting a chance to showcase his scoring skills at that level.
Sanogo had it ripped away. And Warith Alatishe, who ripped it, is saying, I think Adama touched it last. But when we come back, Bulls ball with a powerful start from Phillips and Matas Buzelis in town with a bang. Bulls up 1 early at the Now Arena. Time for some keys to the game.
As we told you at the top of the show, we've got 2 NBA players competing with the Windy City Bulls tonight. They had a 2-day break. So AK and Mark Eversley decided to send Matas Buzelis and Julian Phillips down, both of the starting lineup. Two-way shuffle. We're going to get a look at Emmanuel Miller playing his first game for the Windy City Bulls. He was added to the roster, and DJ Stewart was released. And then proceed with caution. If you go into the paint, there's a 7'5" guy waiting for you, so I have to make sure that you're careful not to let him swat that shot away.
And Jamarian Sharp, 3.5 blocks per game. He had 9 the other night against Oklahoma City. And now we'll get our first look at Emmanuel Miller, the Bulls' newest two-way player, as E.J. Liddell misses a long three. Another one of the two-way guys.
Yeah, that move kind of caught us by surprise just before Christmas. They decided to bring in Emmanuel Miller, who had averaged 18 points a game for this Texas Legends team, sign him to a two-way contract, and released DJ Stewart, who was doing an outstanding job as the starting point guard for the Windy City Bulls. Don't know yet for the next stop is going to be for DJ Stewart, but we talked to Billy Donovan before the game. He said he appreciated all of DJ's contributions. They had a great working relationship. Just got caught in a numbers game. They were interested in bringing in Miller on a two-way contract, and of course, you can only have 3 two-way contracts, and when you bring somebody in, somebody has to go, and unfortunately for DJ Stewart, a Chicago native, he was the player that was released.
And Stewart put up some great numbers with the Bulls. Billy Donovan III and this Windy City staff saying he's exploring some other opportunities now, but their eyes turn to Emmanuel Miller, who's wearing 20 in red for the Bulls. His first appearance as a two-way player. Down low, Alatishe comes up short, and Buzelis rips it. Here come the Bulls with numbers. It's Damask in the corner. Way long on a three, and Miller good on his first touch.
Yeah, welcome to the Windy City Bulls, Emmanuel Miller. He played 5 collegiate seasons, played a lot of basketball at Texas. He was at TCU the last 3 years and did some good work there. His younger brother, Leonard Miller, is with the Minnesota Timberwolves. He went pro after just 1 year of college, and the Timberwolves are very excited about Leonard Miller's potential. Obviously, the Bulls are hoping that Emmanuel Miller can become an NBA player as well.
And Tanner Holden nails a three. Yeah, Emmanuel Miller, the Bulls' newest two-way player. A lot of Texas on his resume, Texas A&M, TCU. He was with the Texas Legends for the first 18 games this year. And that's a miss from 3 for Buzelis. Chased down by Liddell, fresh 14.
Good work by Damask to save that from going into an over and back violation.
Little pick and roll, Liddell going for the alley-oop. David Mocha was on the other end.
Good idea, just a little bit off on the pass.
And then Holden stepped out before shooting the three.
You see that so many times in that short corner. Guy catches the ball, tries to set his feet, and winds up hitting the end line.
Happens like 3 times a game.
Yeah, it's an almost automatic. So we see head coach of the Texas Legend, Jordan Sears, in his second year.
He had been the Mavericks head video coordinator for 2 seasons.
He picked up a championship ring in Milwaukee. Not bad. He was a video intern there.
Yeah, good time to be an intern.
Yeah.
Championship
2021
season.
when they won the championship.
Here's Buzelis. His second G League game. The first one was at the end of November. 24 points as he weaves in. Tips back, no. And it's chased down by Holden.
Modest with the size advantage that time, playing a little volleyball on the glass, just couldn't get it to go.
He has 5 points early. Henderson, Alatishe against Mocha. Some hesitation, and Warith Alatishe the finish.
Mocha is a very good shot blocker. He has good timing, is able to knock a couple of shots away every night. Had a chance to talk to him before the game. We'll bring you that interview at halftime.
Schumacher to Liddell. And Buzelis, his third three-point attempt is way, way off. Here comes Bruner and the Legends. Reverse to Leonard. Leonard lost it. Miller stripped it and then finally corrals it, gets it to Schumacher.
Good defensive work there by Emmanuel Miller to come up with the steal.
Schumacher, the sharpshooter from Seattle. Down to Liddell, and it's picked. Here comes Tiafel Leonard. And then Henderson, the three. Texas up 5 and a timeout for Windy City.
Yeah, Texas really shorthanded in this game, but they're doing a good job of pushing the pace, getting shots in transition. That's why Billy Donovan wants to stop it right here, make sure that their transition defense stops those easy buckets.
Legends have lost 3 Hey, Chicago sports fans, feed your Chicago sports obsession by streaming the Blackhawks, Bulls, and White Sox live on the CHSN mobile app. Starting at $19.99 per month, you can make sure you never miss a minute of the action. Windy City Bulls opening a 5-game homestand today to open the new year. Down 5 early to Texas, a team looking to get off a 3-game skid. Sam Brief, Mark Shanowski, and our crew wishing you a Happy New Year. Well, Mark, the Bulls with 2 NBA players down with the team today. Julian Phillips, Montes Buzelis. Early impressions.
Well, right now, Montes is trying to force his offensive game, trying to take that three-point shot, because I think that's one of the main areas that the front office and the coaching staff at the NBA level would like him to improve. And they're not going to worry about whether he misses a couple of shots. Just keep going at it and try to work on the things that you need to. And I think it's the same story with Julian Phillips. Just get some run in here. Try to expand your offensive game a little bit, because when those guys play at the NBA level, they're more support players. They're not going to get a lot of shooting opportunities, not really featured in a lot of the half-court sets. So now they get a chance to be kind of main guns in this, and we'll see as the game goes along what kind of offensive moves we see from both Phillips and Buzelis.
And Buzelis selected 11th overall in this year's draft, the Bulls' only first-round pick. From Hinsdale Central High School, a Chicago native who has a lot of eyes on him this season. 32 NBA games, averaging 5 points a game, but like Mark said, really limited action as Phillips now goes to work. Schumacher, sharpshooter from Seattle on that baseline. Schumacher, mid-ranger, Mocha tips and comes up empty.
Good work there by David Mocha on the offensive glass. Couldn't get that tip to fall.
Bruner over to Wheeler. 7'5" Jamarian Sharp, by far tallest player in the G League. This is Holden. Henderson for 3, and rebound goes to Phillips.
Good defense in that half-court set, forcing a long three-point attempt.
Phillips, second-year player out of Tennessee. Trying to post up on Bruner there, but Schumacher keeps it on the perimeter.
Yeah, Schumacher really the only point guard available tonight. I've been really impressed with him in the games that we've done so far this season, as Mocha's able to fly in for the tip slam. Schumacher's one of those guys, kind of reminds you of Alex Caruso. He's everywhere. Dives on the floor for loose balls, gets an offensive rebound even though he's not that tall, gets you those extra possessions that help you win games.
And now it's a Wheeler 3 that misses wide to the left. Rebound Miller. In transition, it's Phillips from 10 and an air ball. Never really had anything set.
Yeah, I think Julian got caught in between, couldn't decide whether to go all the way to the rim or shoot it, and that's why the shot wound up being long.
Henderson strong. Mocha tipped it out, so we'll stay here. I think he got poked in the eye. And Mocha in a bit of pain, as we'll stay here with Texas. See what happened to David.
Yeah, the ball was over his head, couldn't corral the rebound. Inadvertently get hit in the face. He's going to come out now. Adama Sanogo checking back in.
Yeah, so Mocha still kind of favoring those eyes. You never know. If a guy wears contacts or something, you might lose one. Just got to get the situation sorted. So Sanogo joins the squad of mostly reserves. And he's on the 7'5" Sharp on the perimeter. Here's Henderson against Schumacher. On the perimeter, it's Wheeler, fouled on a 3, and he hits it. So chance for a 4-point play, Philip Wheeler.
Yeah, that time Emmanuel Miller committing the cardinal violation there. You do not want to foul a jump shooter, especially from three-point range, giving him a chance to cash in for a 4-point play. Comes up with a contest, but hits him on the forearm as he went up for the shot.
Might have had a foot on the line there. Almost certain to be reviewed at the next timeout. But for now, it's just 3 points. Those misses are costly in the G League. Wheeler just a 60% free throw shooter. Phillips, Sanogo. Nice hesitation, then he tips no. Phillips' tip is off, but the Bulls get a fresh 14. Sanogo. Lobs. Phillips, corner 3, way off. Back to Sanogo. The turnaround hook, no. And the Bulls missed 5 shots on one possession.
Such a frustrating possession there for Adama Sanogo. He did a good job of rooting out the shot blocker, but missed a couple from point-blank range.
And Leonard bullies his way in, misses that teardrop, but able to draw contact for the foul, which is the 6th team foul on Windy City. The Bulls' shooting numbers have been putrid so far from downtown. There's that foul against Schumacher.
And you can see with Sharp, you mentioned he's the tallest player in the G League. He was also the tallest player in Division I college basketball a year ago playing at Ole Miss. But he needs to work on his upper body strength to be able to hold position, because Sanogo, even though he's given up about 8 inches in height, is able to root him out.
Well, here's the thing. Sharp is 7'5", Sanogo 6'9". Adama outweighs him by 10 pounds.
Right. And you could see he was able to use his strength just to push him away. Matter of fact, Sharp wound up out of bounds on that play after he took a forearm from Adama.
Now Adama goes to work. Looking for answers, finds Phillips. Phillips weaves his way in. Teardrop. Rattles it home.
Good move there by Phillips. Able to get into the paint and going away from the basket, still able to finish with his right hand.
So 5-point game, shot clock off as our first quarter starts to wind down. Leonard Jr. will take his time. Sanogo coming out on him with 5. Kick to Wheeler over Miller, this time an air ball. And that'll do it for the first quarter. So choppy shooting start for Windy City, but with a couple NBA players in town, they're within striking distance. After a quarter, Julian Phillips and David Mocha put So this Philip Wheeler, what was a three-pointer right before our last break, you see that right foot on the line, overturned, it's a 2-point shot. He got fouled on it, missed the free throw.
You got pretty good eyes. There's like 10 people in your way, and you still spotted the fact that his foot was on the line. That's pretty good work by you.
Yeah, X-ray vision, it costs extra, but it's worth every single penny.
Sam was on top of that. He said his foot was on the line, so the Legends get a point deducted from their total, now a 4-point game.
And in this 4-point game, a little drive and kick leads to a 3, courtesy of Jared Lucas, former Oregon State and Nevada star. And here's Marcus Damask, not a point guard by trade, but a point guard tonight, with an injury to Ryan Arcidiacono, who's out with left knee. It's picked by Wheeler, and Texas coming back nice and slow. Lucas moving it, Walker working on Phillips with a teardrop to put him up 9.
Nice move there by Walker. Got into the paint, able to finish with a little floater over the top. No shot blocking in there for Windy City on that possession.
Now Damask bullying his way in. Sanogo working on Sharp, and he wins the battle.
That time he knew he had the shot blocker on his back. He was able to go to the other side of the rim to make sure Sharp couldn't block it. Otherwise, he'd break his hand on the rim.
And Sharp, no blocks yet tonight, as that pass intended for him was tipped out by Coupet. Well, with Matas Buzelis making his second G League appearance, some of the family in town. Little bro checking out the action.
Yeah, his younger brother Vince is playing at Hinsdale Central, and he's going to be going to South Dakota on a D1 basketball scholarship.
And Lucas cans a little mid-ranger. The Buzelis family from Chicago, so means so much to Matas to have been drafted by the Bulls. And Coupet an air ball, and the Bulls are 1 of 9 from behind the arc.
Got to get that three-point shooting going. It's so important in today's game. Bulls struggling on their three-point shooting. Texas doing a much better job from distance.
Bulls foul goes against Phillips. You say the three-point shot's so important. Three-point shot seems to be everything.
It is
in
everything.
NBA.
I tell you, you watch some games and you might go 6 minutes without either team taking a two-point shot. It is crazy. I mean, I did a game with Stacy a couple of weeks ago. The Bulls played the Hornets at the United Center, and the two teams combined for 103 three-pointers, and they missed 75 of them. It can be a tough watch at times.
You have to come up with new ways to say three-point miss. Sanogo
That
cleaning.
is true. It's definitely true. And
75 misses.
a lot of people are saying that is one of the reasons why ratings have declined at the NBA level. I think that's a more complicated issue than that, but there are some people that don't really like to see just a three-point shooting contest. They like to see the inside play, guys battling in the paint, high-flying drives, and too often guys will get into the paint and immediately just kick it out to the corner for a three-point shot, even though they can go up for a layup.
Well, since we started talking about this, we've had 3 two-point shot attempts.
I'm glad they're listening.
Feels revolutionary.
No, that's good.
Let's get those ratings back up. It was an offensive foul on Walker.
And Windy City has a unique challenge tonight in that Alex Schumacher is really their only ball-handling guard that they have available. So you're going to see Domask, you're going to see Matas Buzelis, even Julian Phillips maybe doing some ball handling in the half court, which is something they're not really accustomed to doing. And in the early going, we can see that the Windy City offense has been a little bit sluggish. Hopefully they'll be able to attack the glass, get some runouts, and maybe score some easy baskets that way.
Well, there Wheeler attacks the offensive glass. And then Leonard out to Lucas. Goes down low, and Wheeler all by himself. It's an 11-point Texas lead as the Bulls offense has totally flatlined. Damask looking to get it going. Kick out. Phillips, 3-ball. Bulls are 1 of 11 from downtown. And then a loose ball foul on Sanogo. Lucas on the other end.
He got a shot to the face and feeling a lot of pain right there. So many NBA-style offenses are predicated on drive and kick, as we see what happened to Lucas. He caught an elbow from Adama Sanogo. But without a penetrating guard to get in there, the Bulls' offense is a little bit off rhythm, and that's why they've been getting three-point shots late in the shot clock, as you see the head coach of the Chicago Bulls, Billy Donovan, watching his son, Billy III,
and
lead
2 of
the
his
Windy
players.
City squad.
So he's got Julian Phillips, Matas Buzelis down here, and his 25-year-old son leading the charge as head coach. Walker out to Lucas, and you saw him on the ground a minute ago. Now he's hitting a 3. 14-point lead.
He's feeling really good.
5 points tonight for Lucas. All legends. Liddell a 3, and he got it.
Hopefully that's going to get EJ rolling. He's been coming off some really good offensive games. He's been one of the top scorers for Windy City over the last 3 or 4 games. Need to get him going tonight.
16 points a game. Wheeler corner 3, boarded by Phillips. Maybe a window now for the Bulls. Phillips a spin. Phillips through Sharp, who gets his first block.
Yeah, that's where the 7-5 height really paid off handy. He tried to go the other side of the rim, but Sharp still able to reach across and get the block.
And then it's Miller with the interception. Miller has it ripped away by Walker. And then he's fouled by Phillips.
Strong
Impressive
defensive play there by Walker. Just reached over Miller's shoulder and yanked it away. Here you see Miller going to the basket, thinks he's got something going. Walker says, forget about that. At 6'1", he's able to take the ball away from the 6'7" Miller. Really good defensive play there.
A feisty play for Tyson Walker. As Buzelis is back in the game for the Bulls. And Henderson for the Legends. Good to have you with us. Bulls' first game of a 5-game homestand to open the new year. As Bruner goes down low and Dakota Rivers draws a foul on his first touch.
Yeah, Modest thought he had a clean block there as he reached across and knocked that shot away. Didn't really make a strong movement over to the bench to say to review that, but I think he thought maybe I got this one clean. Goes up, gets the ball, a little piece of the hand, but they could have let that be a play on.
So Dakota Rivers, 5-year player out of Florida Gulf Coast, balloons the lead to 13. 6-13 Bulls against the 6-12 Legends. That's when you consider the tip-off tournament plus the regular season, which is a nice chance to reset. Here's Buzelis driving and flailing his arms as he gets fouled.
Yeah, Modest hoping he'll get a trip to the free throw line. You see Modest trying to get between a couple of defenders. Ball's knocked away, but they raked him across the arm. And they are going to have that as a shooting foul, so Modest will shoot one for a chance to get 2 points. You know, we should follow up on the point you made earlier. Basically what happens after the showcase tournament they had in Orlando in late December, all the records get thrown out and you start from scratch. So right now the Bulls are at 1-2 after opening the regular season with 3 road games. They'll play 34 games in the regular season trying to earn a playoff spot.
And top 6 make the playoffs in both conferences. And that reset, it's a fresh start, and it's really good for teams like these two that really struggled in that first section. Off the miss from Leonard, offensive board, putbacks off for Alatiche. Chance now for Buzelis. Down in the paint, whips it out. Miller, a 3-ball, cashes.
And that's what I think Billy Donovan, watching this game, wants to see Modest do, be able to handle the ball in the open court, because at 6'9", 6'10", he does have those advanced ball handling skills. He missed Mocha on a chance to pass it inside, but they got the ball back around, and Emmanuel Miller cashed it in for 3.
In modern basketball, you end with the 3, right?
That's the way they draw it up. That's what the analytics people say. 3 is better than 2.
After a Henderson miss, here go the Bulls. It's Buzelis. Mocha stuffed by Alatiche, who does get whistled for the foul.
Good help defense by Alatiche. Came over to knock the ball away from Mocha, but he'll get called for the foul. You can see a little mouse under Mocha's eye after he got hit earlier.
A little mouse in the house as the Bulls scrap and claw. Down 10 early against Texas. The Windy City Bulls and Bear Family Restaurants have partnered this season to present the Community Assist program that benefits our friends at NWSRA. For each Windy City assist during every home game, Bear Family Restaurants will donate $10 to NWSRA in support of their important programs that benefit our local community. And back at the Now Arena, 10-point Texas lead with Matas Buzelis and Julian Phillips, a couple of the Bulls NBA players, down with Windy City tonight. And David Mocha ready for some free throws. Really, story of this game seems to be the Bulls just misfiring too much from downtown, Mark.
Bulls are off to a slow start from the three-point area, 23%, 3 of 13, as Mocha unable to cash in the 1 for 2-point free throw. But they do have an advantage in points in the paint at 16-10. They are the bigger, taller team right now. I think they have to go inside, try to get some easy buckets, and hopefully maybe that will open up some opportunities on the other end as Buzelis comes up with the block. Look out here.
Pet going for the alley-oop, but it was tipped on a wonderful play by Henderson. Now Alatishe able to finish as Texas turns a would-be highlight into 2 points of their own.
They had that set up perfectly for a monstrous alley-oop jam for Matas Buzelis. Unfortunately, the pass was tipped away. They try again to Matas.
And Matas finishes this time. Two-handed flush for safety. So Bulls back to within 10 as Bruner gets cooking. Bruner, the mid-ranger, lead back to 12. Tommy Bruner, one of the NCAA's top scorers in his 3 college stops. New to the Legends.
Yeah, just added to the roster, and with them being as shorthanded as they are, he's going to get a chance to show what he can do offensively. Matas
Step back
for
3 is off for Matas, 1 for 4 from downtown. Henderson off to Alatishe. And Bruner, microwave-type scorer to Tanner Holden. And he's short on a 3. Rebound tips to Mocha. Bulls and Legends going at it as Schumacher gets fouled by Alatishe. A hard fall, and free throws coming for Alex.
Yeah, Alex kind of lost his balance on that drive to the bucket, got an assist in being knocked to the deck. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 1. As you see the shot blocker coming over, banged into him. So Schumacher able to regain his composure. He'll go to the line, shooting 1 free throw for 2 points.
Does an interesting job kind of cradling the ball on his way up. Schumacher, 23-year-old, first-year pro, who was an all-conference player at Seattle University. And 1 free throw, 2 points. Bulls are within 10.
Yeah, you got Bruner from Denver, Schumacher from Seattle, 2 not exactly basketball hotbeds, but both of them able to parlay good college careers into a shot at the G League.
Yeah, they went in the hotbed and heated it up as a foul's whistled against Bruner. Just a little forearm shiver.
Well, he's not the tallest guy in the world, so he thought he had to do what he could to try to shield the defense away from him.
6'1", so he's only 1 foot 4 inches shorter than his tallest teammate, Jamarian Sharp, who's on the ball now.
Good back cut.
And Buzelis with the slam.
Good pass there by Mocha. You could see that Buzelis set up the defense. They thought he was going to go out to the three-point line, set a quick cut baseline, and we know how he can finish at the rim.
11 points. 6 of his points are on dunks as Texas coughs it up. And then Leonard tips it to the courtsiders. We've seen a lot of that Buzelis wingspan tonight.
Yeah, that time Coupette was trying to pass it ahead to get the ball to Matas in the open court. That might have ended up in another dunk if he was able to get that pass over the outstretched arm of the defender.
Schumacher, de facto point guard right now, with a teardrop over Sharp, and that ain't easy.
He's been really impressive, as I mentioned, throughout the early part of the season. He was the guy that kept earning more and more minutes because of his play on both ends, and that time he was able to penetrate. Nice touch off the glass.
Leonard whirls in. Sharp slams home the offensive board.
That was more of a case of look what I found, not really a pass attempt. The ball was knocked away from behind right into the arms of Sharp, and with no defender around, just an easy finish.
A belated holiday present on the 3rd of January. Not too late. Schumacher, long floater, and gets that touch. Did Mocha hit it? He says no. So Bulls do get the 2 points.
We'll give the basket to Alex for now.
Mocha might have blown it in. Here's Tiafiel Leonard.
A little bit out of his range there.
33% three-point shooter on the season. And then Miller with the left hand was off.
Yeah, tried to go with the offhand, not able to finish over the shot blocker.
Sort of frenetic couple of moments. Looking for the back cut to Holden. Tipped out and will stay here on the other side of this timeout. Texas and Windy City, first time meeting here in 8 years. Back in a moment. The Windy City Bulls opening 2025 at home, down 6 against Texas. And of course, Gus T. Bull, ready for the new year as we welcome you back in. Sam Brief, Mark Chanowski, and our wonderful crew. A little choppy offensive start for the Bulls, Mark, but they are within striking distance.
Yeah, the challenge tonight is going to be trying to get into your half-court sets without a true point guard other than Alex Schumacher. They're playing a lot of bigs in this game, which is going to be great in terms of the defensive boards, but you want to make sure that you get the ball in good shooting positions and hit some of those outside shots as the game goes along.
Texas ball out of the timeout. Jared Lucas has a team-high 10 points, and he's got it on Buzelis. Lucas, Wheeler, had it stripped at 3, running out of time. Bulls causing havoc, and Texas keeps it with 1 on the shot clock.
Really good defense by Modest. He got his hand on the ball on 2 separate occasions. Now a desperation situation for the Legends.
Catch and shoot quick. Leonard didn't get it off. Didn't make it anyway, and Bulls force a turnover.
That was a quick second, but when you see 1 on the board, that means it's less than 1.
Might have been the fastest second I've ever experienced.
That's what you call a home court advantage.
Yeah.
Start that clock right away.
Seconds are in real time. So Bulls a chance to chip away at this before halftime. Phillips on assignment from the NBA. His first G League appearance of this season. He was here for 9 games last year. Buzelis with the offhand. Ends up with Sanogo and then out of bounds.
Modest that time tried to fool the shot blocker by going with the left hand, but didn't get enough oomph behind it. Came up a little bit short.
You need oomph
especially on those
ball.
floaters. You want to float it over a 7'5" guy, yes, you need a little oomph.
Leonard, nifty pass to the 7'5" Sharp, who was fouled.
Yeah, you wonder how a 7'5" guy can miss a dunk, but it happens, I guess.
You have to get fouled. Decently hard, as Phillips just committed foul number 3. Let's see how hard this was.
All by himself, but from behind, Phillips' little shove in the back, and that led to the missed dunk by Sharp.
Still could have made it.
Again, he needs to get in the weight room.
7'5", 235, which, as he hits it, for context, is 10 pounds lighter than the 6'9" Adama Sanogo.
Give credit to the Legends. They came in with all their two-way guys not with the team. They're with the parent Dallas Mavericks, who've had a rash of injuries, but they are playing hard here at Now Arena.
Wheeler can't finish it. 90 seconds to half. It's Schumacher off to Buzelis. The Legends have lost 3 in a row, looking to get off the schneid here at the Now Arena. There's a whistle down there and a defensive 3 seconds against, I believe, Jamarian Sharp.
That's a pretty good bet at 7-5. Just kind of camped, set up shop in the paint and didn't get out of there.
So Phillips shooting the technical. Julian, second year in the NBA. Second round draft pick last year out of Tennessee. Out of everyone in the combine that year, he had the highest vertical of any NBA prospect at 43 inches.
I wonder how they decided who was going to shoot that technical. I mean, you don't have that pure free throw shooter out on the court right now, but Julian was probably closest and said, I'll take it.
And he made it worthwhile as he'll go right back to the charity stripe.
This one more important, though. This one will be for 2 points.
You wonder with these guys going from NBA to G League back to the NBA, the mental adjustment of a free throw's worth 2 points versus you shoot 2 free throws that are 1 point each.
Yeah, it's different. There's no question about it. And we've been doing this experimental rule for 3 years now.
Yeah.
We're kind of stuck with that. You know, I don't think it's ever going to make it to the NBA level. I talked to Will Perdue about that last time I worked with him. He said, no, there's no shot of that.
Feels like it'd be a little too earth-shattering.
Well, it'd be different. You know, it really has a lot to do with pace of play and trying to get the game in a 2-hour window. But I don't think it's really that critical. You know, you've heard people saying there's too many three-point shots in the NBA. I've never heard people say, well, the games are too long.
I've never heard someone say free throws take too much time. Right? Is that? Not sure that's where to focus the attention.
That's not the biggest issue. Here comes Modis.
And Buzelis met by Sharp. Now out on the perimeter against Wheeler. Step back 3 is just off. Modis hit his first three-pointer. He's missed his last 5.
Modis looking for somebody to cut to the hoop. There was not much motion there. Shot clock under 5, so he just decided he would try a step back 3. I don't think he really had his heart in taking that shot, but it was just a situation where shot clock winding down, somebody's got to get the ball up on the rim.
Heart wasn't in it, body was, and the result wasn't there. So it's Wheeler against Sanogo. Motoring in, Buzelis the block. Adama corrals it with 8. Here's Phillips with 4. The turnaround's off. Rebound tips to Windy City. So Bulls have maybe a long second. Get a shot up before halftime.
This is where you start that clock maybe a little bit slowly.
Let them get it in, then hit start. And Billy Donovan III calls timeout.
Yeah, I think he just wants to set something up. You know, coaches like to practice end-of-game situations. In this case, end of half. Trying to draw something up that maybe they can get a lob to Modis for a dunk.
Modis Buzelis, 11 points, 6 of them on dunks. So we've seen a lot of that length and power from the Bulls' first-round pick. As in spite of a really choppy offensive start, Bulls are within 5, and Gusty Bull is putting on a show for the ages to the dulcet tones of the village people.
You know, I think that getting Modis a chance to play here in a G League game is really good for him because his playing time has been cut recently. And I think as you don't get a chance to show your offensive game much, you kind of feel like, give me a chance for some extended run. Let's see what I can do. And I think this is really good for him to get out here, not only just be a catch-and-shoot guy, but be able to create some stuff off the dribble. And that's why, you know, they made that decision to send him down here. I'm sure he'll be back with the parent Bulls for tomorrow's game, the big Derrick Rose celebration night at the United Center.
Man,
they were
Nick's
trying
coming to town.
They were trying the alley-oop, but Modis was covered.
And Sanogo missed the 3. Pretty fitting way to end first half defined by missed 3s. But Julian Phillips, Modis Buzelis, high flying as the Windy City Bulls open the new year at the Now Arena. Halftime at the Now Arena. Bulls mascot Gus T-Bull putting in the officiating duties with some of the youth hoopers at halftime as we bring you back. Texas up 5 on the Windy City Bulls, who have a couple NBA assignment players. Julian Phillips and Matas Buzelis down with the team. Phillips 9 points, Buzelis 11 points, and the Bulls trail by 5. On the other side, you'll hear from first-year Windy City Bull David Mocha, as our own Mark Shanowski had a chance to catch up with him, and then highlights and first-half stats. As we continue our coverage, the Bulls and Legends on CHSN.
Welcome back to Now Arena. I'm joined by Windy City Bulls center David Mocha. And David, when you look at your bio, the first thing that jumps out, the first player from Hong Kong to sign an NBA contract. That's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah, man, it's a big blessing for sure. Something I'm super proud of to be representing, my city back home. Being the first one, means a lot to me. And it just shows that anything is possible, when you put the hard work in.
Well, I'm really curious about what life must be like in Hong Kong growing up. Tell our viewers what that whole is really like.
Yeah, man, Hong Kong, if you ever get a chance to visit, it's a wonderful place. Super diverse. A lot of people don't expect it to be as diverse and culturally multifaceted as it is. But, there's a whole bunch of different people from different countries, cuisine, so the food is great. And, it's just a great place to be. And definitely it was a great place to grow up as well.
So what was your exposure to basketball like? I imagine it's not the number one sport.
It actually is. You'd be surprised. It's the number one sport because guys like Kobe and LeBron and KD always used to come out and visit, even Michael Jordan as well. So It was definitely the number one sport when I was growing up. I think it's only been growing over time, and more people have come to love the game because of those guys coming in from, the NBA and coming to visit.
So you go from Hong Kong to play some prep ball in Canada. How did that all come about?
Well, actually, I did my own research. So when I was leaving Hong Kong, I knew I wanted to go D1. And actually, at first, I didn't know what NCAA was. I just knew the NBA from watching it when I was growing up. So I did some research on my own because my parents had no idea as well. And then back in Hong Kong, there wasn't anyone that had done it as well. But, I did my own research, and eventually I found out that prep school was a good way to go to D1, and then from D1 to hopefully the NBA. So that's how it's been going. Yeah.
So what's it like for your family now trying to follow you? Is your family in Canada or Hong Kong? Where are they at now?
My family is actually in Hong Kong. My mom and dad are actually here with me in Illinois. They're down watching my brother at his junior college in Champaign, Parkland College. So they'll be up here for tomorrow's game, not today's game, so that'll be cool.
So how have you liked fitting in on this Windy City Bulls team? I know Billy Donovan is a young coach, very enthusiastic. How have you felt about the way that you've been used in your role with the team?
Yeah, I mean, I've felt, really well welcomed. It's a lot of love within the team, from the coaches, from the teammates to the staff, and the fans as well. It's a brilliant place to be. So I've been, felt really welcomed and, really enjoyed my time to get to where I am today. And I feel like it's only going to progress and keep getting better. So.
You had a chance to check out the city of Chicago much? I know that the team is out here in the suburbs, but have you had a chance to check out the city?
So I was downtown actually with my mom and dad for Christmas, and then my brother was there as well since he had a break. So it was, good to look around. Went to Lake Michigan, saw, some, highly recommended places. So it was cool to visit and check out.
You played college ball in Las Vegas, so you've seen a lot of the world. That's pretty good for a young guy.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. So I'm super grateful, man, for sure.
All right, so now we're in the regular season. Every win counts. You guys, during the tip-off tournament, kind of up and down. What are you going to have to do to be more consistent now that you get into the regular season?
I feel like, the tip-off tournament, even though it didn't go exactly how we wanted it to, I feel like it's helped us find our identity and figure out what we need to do to win. So coach is big on us, building on that identity and making sure it's, consistent through discipline. So I feel like we're definitely going in the right direction, and I feel like it just takes, consistent effort from all of us, top to bottom, to be able to find that consistency in our performance and be able to win games.
When you come out to Now Arena, make sure you check out this guy. He's one of the best shot blockers in the G League, so make sure you can see him knocking those shots into the stands. And he's the first guy from Hong Kong to sign an NBA contract. So a lot of cool things about David Mocha. We're coming right back with second half action here at Now Arena.
Windy City Bulls and Texas Legends halftime at the Now Arena. And we welcome you back courtside. Mark Chernowski and Sam Brief with you alongside our wonderful crew. And Mark, Bulls down 5, but really winning the battle in the paint as expected.
Well, they're starting 4 bigs to go with Marcus Domask and then Alex Schumacher coming off the benches. They're only true point guards, so they have an advantage points in the paint, 24-14, but only shooting 36% from the field, 20% from the three-point line. I think Billy Donovan and his staff probably talked at halftime, listen, we got a size advantage except for their one player, the 7'5" center Sharp. Let's go at him. Let's try to score inside and maybe get some free throw attempts as well. As we talked about in the open, the 2 NBA guys are getting a lot of shot attempts. Matas Buzelis, 5 for 12 in that opening half. Julian Phillips, 3 for 10 as you see him throwing down a dunk there. So I think, again, we're going to see the 2 NBA guys be featured in the half-court offense, but I think they want to wear down this smaller Texas team, and that's really going to be something that they're going to have to focus on in the second half. Matas, of course, to be able to sneak that one around the 7'5" Sharp.
The Bulls didn't help themselves with the 20% three-point shooting, but those NBA guys, Buzelis with 11 points, Phillips 9 points, 8 boards to lead the Bulls. We saw David Mocha getting on the action after hearing from him at halftime in a conversation with Mark. Meanwhile, Texas, pretty smooth offense in that first half, led by Jared Lucas with 10 points, Philip Wheeler with 7. It's a couple teams looking to get off some losing skids. Legends have lost 3 straight. Bulls have dropped 3 of 4 as they meet tonight in Chicago for the first time since 2016. This is just the Legends' second trip ever to the Now Arena. And they'll do it again tomorrow night, 7 o'clock tip-off. The Bulls and Legends on CHSN+. So second half underway, and Lucas goes to work right away. Walker.
Matas that time going for the steal, missed it, but the Legends not able to take advantage.
Lucas with 3. Three-pointer missed. Wheeler the tip no, and gets it right back.
And that's something Billy Donovan doesn't want to see, with the Bulls having a size advantage inside, able to sneak in, get that offensive rebound.
Clock down to 5. Here goes Walker over Sanogo, and then the putback slam.
Yeah, they're going to wave that off. Yeah.
It is waved off. Basket interference.
He came flying in, Wheeler did, and jammed it in, but the ball was still above the cylinder, so that basket's not going to count. As you see the running hook by Walker, ball still up there on the rim when Wheeler came in and slammed it home.
If I'm Wheeler, I put that on my highlight tape. I say, here it is. Good basket. Look pretty. Here's Liddell for the Bulls.
Quiet first half for E.J. Liddell. Only 3 points in that opening half.
Sanogo working on Sharp, and Sharp wins.
Yeah, Sanogo leaned into him, prevented Sharp from getting off his feet, but not able to complete that little shot from close range.
That's 6'9", battling with 7'5", as Lucas misses a step-back 3. And rebound number 9 for Julian Phillips. Second-year player out of Tennessee rumbles in. Blocked by Sharp, but it's a goaltend, which is Sharp's second.
Nice job by Phillips, blowing by the defender, getting all the way to the rim, and Sharp was late trying to come over for the shot block. That was an obvious goaltend.
He averages 4 blocks a game.
As you see him going to the basket, Sharp just reaching up, barely jumped, call for the goaltend.
Doesn't take much for a player like that. And now Sharp on the receiving end of an alley-oop tip.
The pass was the key that time. Nice soft pass for Sharp to be able to just catch it and gently drop it in.
Assist for Tyson Walker, pesky player out of Michigan State. Domask, Sanogo was stripped, got it back. Here's Buzelis, a corner 3 that he misses. Wheeler has got a 1-on-2, splits the 2 and blocked by E.J. Liddell.
Yeah, Liddell's only 6'6", but very adept at coming over from the weak side and getting those shot blocks.
3-point miss for Phillips, loose ball foul on Sanogo.
Adama coming in, charging from behind, trying to clear away. Sharp gets called for the foul. Here's Liddell again. Good defensive effort on Wheeler. Comes over, gets the shot block.
He averages almost 3 blocks a game at 6'6" out of Ohio State. So Legends were up 5 at half, still up 5 a couple minutes into the third. The kick to Lucas. Can't hit the three, Sanogo the rebound.
Modest handling in the open court, tries to go behind the back. Foul's going to go on Wheeler.
So Philip Wheeler's first foul as Buzelis looks to get some second half rhythm. Another look at him running the open floor.
He has those kind of ball handling skills, and I think that he wants to get a chance to show it off in the open court in this game.
Phillips motoring in, can't get past Sharp, and the ball tips out to Texas. Bulls are having a lot of trouble getting shots around and over Sharp, which is a problem for anyone playing Texas.
Yeah, he hasn't been a huge impact in terms of actually blocking shots, but he has altered a number of shots. Anytime the Bulls go into the paint, they're wondering where is that 7'5" center.
Now he's setting a screen on Damask. Walker open for three, and the screen made it work.
Yeah, Tyson Walker had a kind of a slow first half offensively with 4 points, but you can see that he can be a force going one-on-one, averaging about 18 a game.
And then Buzelis blocked by Sharp. So there's block number 2 for Jamarion. Walker down to Sharp, and with hesitation, cans it. So Texas lead is out to 10. Liddell, a mid-ranger. It's not dead.
Yeah, that time he took the dribble handoff. The defense floated back inside, left him wide open for that 18-foot jump shot. And, you know, if you look at the analytics, that's the shot that any professional team will want to give up, is that 2-point jumper rather than going back a couple of feet for 3.
Well, Liddell will happily take it, looking to get some second half offensive rhythm going. And here comes the screen from Sharp again. Busts up Buzelis. Walker again open for 3, and again nails it.
Yeah, he was one of the most effective guards in the Big Ten during his time at Michigan State, and now he's trying to make his mark here in the G League, hopefully earn a call-up to the NBA level.
Now it's Phillips' turn. Around to Liddell. Phillips carving in, and there's a foul against Texas. Looks like Walker getting charged for it.
Yeah, Walker looking at the official like, oh my gosh, what did I do? As he goes to the bench, getting a brief rest. Maybe not the best time to take him out, but they have these substitutions planned at different time intervals, and I think with a short bench, they want to make sure everybody gets a little bit of rest.
He had a couple threes in a row, but now a breather as Damask goes inside against Sharp. Sanogo swirls it out.
Again, I think he rushed that a little bit because he's felt Sharp coming in from behind.
So again, not a block for Sharp, but
still
altering
alter that shot.
You always feel the 7'5" presence.
Yep.
Breathing down your neck. Here goes Leonard. Lucas, a long distance 3. Bingo.
Lucas has hit some shots for them today. Kind of an unorthodox release, but he's been able to get those shots to go down.
And 13 points for the first-year pro out of Nevada. Damask's turn, and he's blocked by Sharp. That's number 3. Damask staying down low and then finally gets it out. With 2, Damask turnaround, and the bank is open.
That worked out exactly like he planned. I'm just going to dribble into the paint, throw it up there, and knock it in off the window.
Hope for the best and receive the best.
You know, I think the fact that he's got to run the point has really impacted his ability to score. He has been scoring more lately for Windy City, and now with all the ball handling responsibilities, he really hasn't been involved as much trying to score.
3 assists tonight, 9 assists in his last game. And with 2 seconds, Lucas draws a foul. Actually, it's called for an offensive foul. I think he elbowed Phillips in the eye.
Yeah, he caught Phillips.
Hey,
looks like
Phillips
Julian's going to be okay.
Right now we come to a timeout. Well, Marcus Damask, just like he drew it up.
The backboard is your friend. That's what coaches have told you your whole life.
And you kiss it. Windy City is celebrating the iconic Space Jam film. On Saturday, January 4th, the first 1,500 fans will collect a Toon Squad Bugs Bunny jersey. And during the game, you can bid on Space Jam-themed jerseys worn by Windy City Bulls players. Visit WindyCityBulls.com for more information on this great event. So tomorrow night, we will be space jamming. Tonight, just jamming. And in these guys' case,
got some Tyson Walker fans here.
With the ice cream of the future.
Yeah. The old Tom Izzo crew. Go green, go white.
And they watched plenty of this guy last year. Marcus Damask, a star for Illinois. First team All Big Ten player in his first pro season and getting a look at some point guard duties tonight.
Yeah, he was a big factor in their advancement to the Elite Eight a year ago, where they lost to the eventual national champion Connecticut Huskies. How about Illinois last night, winning at Oregon, scoring over 100 points? That was an impressive win, beating the ninth-ranked Ducks.
In a classic Big Ten game, Illinois at Oregon.
The great rivalry, Illinois going out to Oregon. Now they'll play Washington tomorrow. The old trip out to the Pacific Northwest.
Another Big Ten powerhouse as Liddell goes flailing and gets fouled. Another Big Ten guy, Ohio State grad.
This is exactly what you want to see. Go to the basket. E.J. Liddell against the smaller defender, able to go up over the top. Not much Bruner could do except grab him across the wrist. So we get a stoppage in play here. Texas is going to challenge the foul call. I don't think they're going to win that one.
So, Legends head coach Jordan Sears using his first of two challenges. And for now, it's a foul that'll send Liddell to the charity stripe.
Yeah, we can take another look at it, but it looked to me like he did grab him across the wrist.
The officiating crew tonight has done a rock-solid job. Ken Jones, Catherine Chang, Kenny Gardner, and now they get their first challenge of the night. So Bulls tonight opening a 5-game homestand and getting some NBA reinforcements. Julian Phillips, Montes Buzelis have been down with the team tonight. And Mark, just for some context for fans who might not be aware of how this works, those are Bulls players. They're coming to Windy City. It's not like they're moving. It's not like they're here permanently. Just pretty much a one-night rental. Then they'll go back up to the Bulls tomorrow.
Yeah, NBA teams have done a lot of that in recent years. It used to be, we had Montes Buzelis on the Gimme the Hot Sauce podcast a couple of weeks ago that I do with Stacey King every week.
And we're actually going to step aside here. Quick break during the challenge. 6.5 to go in the third. You get two challenges in the G League, so use it or lose it. In this case, Jordan Sears uses his challenge and loses
Foul
it.
call stands. Just to finish the point I was making about Modest, he played one game earlier for Windy City. He had like 24 points and 12 rebounds. And I said, what did you think about that? He said, it was no problem at all. It used to be kind of looked like almost as a punishment to be sent down to the G League. Now, if a first-round draft pick isn't getting a lot of minutes at the NBA level, they will willingly go down. There's no stigma attached to playing a game or two for the G League team. It's all about development, and I think Modest is going to come down here today, as is Julian Phillips, with a good attitude, a chance to work on their offensive showcase.
Holden nails a short little shot, right? You could look at it as a punishment or just an opportunity. More minutes, more focus on you, develop your
And the
game.
Bulls have been consistent with that over the last few years since AK and Mark Eversley have come in. We've seen Dalen Terry play down here, seen Julian Phillips, and now
a three
now
for
Modest.
Phillips.
It's all in the name of development, because now NBA teams are carrying 15-man rosters, and those last 5 or 6 guys really aren't getting a lot of run. And if you're a high draft pick, a young player that needs to play, why not come down to the G League and get expanded minutes?
Holden wrapping around. Now Sharp. Here's Bruner with 3. The kick out at the buzzer. It's Lucas with a miss. And Bulls ball.
Yeah, he's kind of smiling, going, you have to throw it to me? Now it's going to wreck my shooting percentage. I'm having a great night shooting from the three-point line, and you make me heave up that thing at the end of the shot clock.
And now that smile turning into a frown. And Lucas
Maybe
a
you
little
heard me.
disgruntled. Saying, hey, there's nothing to smile about. So here goes Damask, de facto point guard tonight, with Arcidiacono missing tonight's game, and Liddell short on a mid-ranger.
Yeah, he played a lot of center at Ohio State, so he's used to catching the ball there at the elbow and going to work. Came up a little bit short on that jumper.
He's called for a block. So foul on Liddell. Back to the development of guys like Phillips and Buzelis as we watch the foul again. You just don't develop much by sitting on the bench and watching, right? It's nice to soak it in, but you need to play.
Yeah, and over time, NBA teams practice less than they used to. Part of it is the way the schedule is set up. There's a lot more travel, not a lot of chance for long-form practices. It used to be that when you had a day off, you might go in and practice for 2 hours with some scrimmaging involved. Now, most of the practices are walkthroughs that mostly involve the starters and key rotation players, and the extra guys have to kind of stay late to get up their own work with some of the development coaches. So they're not getting that quality practice time that they used to. That's why the G League has become more and more valuable for NBA teams.
More emphasis on rest now than ever as Schumacher hits a teardrop.
Yeah, we'll see probably the half-court offense will smooth out with Schumacher in there. He's just more comfortable running a half-court offense and getting guys the ball where they'd like to have it.
More of a point guard type for the Bulls,
right,
as Bruner has it against Schumacher. Bruner down to Alatishe, and out of bounds, going to the Bulls.
Yeah, nice work defensively by Schumacher that time, dropping into the passing lane, forcing him to alter the angle of the entry, and that led to a turnover.
Bulls have been trailing almost this entire game. Looking for that big offensive spark, a big push. And so often in the G League, you wait for one guy to get hot, one big moment. It's yet to come as Schumacher misses a short little shot. Alatishe ripping the glass. Here come the legends. Leonard out of Middle Tennessee State. Down low, Alatishe up and under. Boarded by Miller.
Good defensive effort there by Mocha to alter that shot, causing the miss.
Bulls' new two-way player, Emmanuel Miller. Out to Liddell, and he hits the 3.
E.J. Liddell showing off his shooting range after a quiet first half. He's been looking more for his shot here in quarter number 3 as Windy City cutting into that Texas Legends lead.
And it's 10 points for E.J. Liddell. And the Bulls starting to go a bit offensively within 8 of Texas. And we're staying here with 3:34 to go in the third. In Windy City, really a chance at this point of the season to reset things. They were 5-11 during the showcase tournament part of the schedule, but all G League teams right around the new year hit a total reset button, play a 34-game regular season from scratch, and the Bulls 1-2 in the regular season. Mentally, for a team that struggled, that's a huge boost.
Yeah, just the fact that you can kind of throw out some of those games where you were experimenting with lineups, maybe guys were away, missing games with injury or illness, or were called up to the NBA level. Now, I think that teams at the NBA are more set in their rosters and their rotations, and I think they can spare guys to be able to play here on the G League level. And I think that Billy Donovan will get a more consistent roster, and hopefully that will lead to better efforts, more consistent efforts night after night. You're not going to have Modest and Julian Phillips very often, but I'm sure he's glad to have him tonight.
Yeah, when you have him, you got to take advantage. But the Bulls with Phillips, with Buzelis, are down 6 as they've trailed almost the whole way. And a botched alley-oop attempt leads to a Bulls run in transition. Buzelis fouled by Holden. So Matis getting some free throws.
Yeah, the Bulls are missing 5 players because of either injury or illness, as we could take another look at Modest Buzelis showing that speed in the open court. You love the way he runs the court at 6'10". He gets fouled from behind, so he'll go to the free throw line, shoot 1, chance to add 2 points to the home team's total.
Bulls first round pick, 11th overall, out of G League Ignite. So we saw him last year as a member of Ignite.
Right, playing against the Windy City Bulls. And they didn't win many games, and Modest, admitted that it was kind of a tough growing experience, but he appreciated it because it was kind of run like an NBA franchise. He decided to go that route rather than playing in college.
Here comes Schumacher after the miss, and now Ignite not around anymore, so only 31 G League teams this year. As Buzelis goes in, no with the left hand, tip back no, third time no, and a frustrating possession for Montes Buzelis.
Yeah, Modest slapping his hand against his thigh like, I can't believe I missed all of those. He was right up there at the rim. Matter of fact, Coach Jordan Sears of Texas thought it was offensive goaltending.
A lid on the rim. The Bulls as a team just 34% from the floor. Here goes Schumacher. The kick. Emmanuel Miller. Kind of stuck on the edge of the block. And with 3 on the shot clock, Buzelis gets fouled at 1 second.
Leonard very frustrated. He takes a foul with like 1 second left on the shot clock. Buzelis was spinning into the paint, was going to have to take a very difficult shot, but Leonard kind of bails him out, hits him across the wrist, and Modest back to the free throw line.
1 free throw for 2 points. We do that in the G League until the final 2 minutes of the fourth. As Buzelis hits that one. Well, 24 was the magic number for Montes. He scored 24 points when we saw him as a member of G League Ignite last year. Then with the Bulls in November, he scored 24 points. So we'll see what he does tonight. He's at 13 so far.
They might need him to score more to try to pull out this win.
Really
Wild reverse
awkward play, and Holden chases it down top of the key. So 10 seconds now for Bruner. Down to Holden. Amongst the trees, comes up short. Buzelis leads the break. And he gets stripped. Bruner on the ground, pries away a free possession. It's Henderson. Fouled by Coupet, just a bear hug.
Yeah, Coupet caught himself in a bad defensive position there, so he decided just to grab and hold on rather than give up the easy layup.
Ben Coupet's played 29 minutes a game this year, but with Buzelis and Phillips here, we've seen almost none of him.
He'll probably get 29 tomorrow because I anticipate Buzelis and Phillips will be with the Bulls tomorrow night as they play the New York Knicks.
Not a minute more, not a minute less. Here's a 3 that just misses for Holden. So Bulls looking to turn the corner, down 4 with 100 seconds in the third. Schumacher fouled by Lucas. Not a fan of the call.
Yeah, he kind of looked over the bench about wanting him to challenge, and he realized he got his hand caught in the cookie jar there. He was reaching in, trying to get the steal as you see the drive by Schumacher. The reach in by Lucas, and that's going to send Schumacher to the line.
You go for the cookie enough, eventually mom finds you.
That's right. You can't get away with that.
Nope. Foul number 2 on Lucas. And Schumacher at the stripe where he's 82% this year. And will get even better. So 1 possession game as the Bulls have trailed this one virtually wire to wire.
Yeah, it's been a long climb back, down by as many as 14. Now they're within 2. And this is a game you look at the 2 rosters, you think this is a game Windy City should win.
Leonard blocked by Mocha. And then Sharp unable to succeed on cleanup. 10 seconds for Leonard. Little shimmy and shake. The kick to Lucas. Cashes a three.
He continues his good long-range shooting, and obviously this is a kind of a weird set of circumstances for Emmanuel Miller, who was with this Texas Legends team for the entire tip-off tournament, and now he's playing against his former teammates.
Another three-point miss for Buzelis. He hit his first one of the night and has missed everything since. But as you were saying, it is kind of life in the G League encapsulated for Miller. 16 games with Texas. First game with your new team is against your old one. And here come the Bulls after the missed dunk.
Yeah, it comes at you fast in the G League.
Mocha comes at us all fast. It's a shot clock rattler.
Yeah, he said he's going to have his family here to watch him play tomorrow. Too bad they missed that big jam. They'll see it in social media.
I hope they're watching. The Mocha family also got to listen to their son catch up with you at halftime. He's a fascinating story, David Mocha, the first ever NBA player born and raised in Hong Kong.
And I was surprised to hear him say that basketball is huge in Hong Kong. Mm-hmm. I thought he might say, well, it's not a real popular sport, but, you know, I started growing and I took it up. No, he took it up at a young age, and he and his family researched what was the best path for him to try to make it all the way to the NBA. Played prep ball in Canada, and then he played with two different universities, Lamar and University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and now he's here in Chicago. He said he's had a chance to check out the city a little bit, would love to do it even more.
Here goes Miller with a floater, gets his own rebound, and back to Buzelis. Coupette, first shot of the night, is off. Mocha, not there, and we tip to Windy City.
Yeah, there you see the Windy City size advantage, just crashing the offensive glass, getting second and third shot opportunities. And both David Mocha and Matas Buzelis a little bit frustrated. They've been getting right to the rim, just haven't been getting those shots to fall.
8.8. Here's Buzelis. Stepped out before making the move. We always see a few of those.
Yeah, I tried to plant that back leg, a little bit of extra speed going to the basket, and stepped on the end line.
So just under 8 seconds for Texas here. Tiafiel Leonard. Lucas. Fall away three, just misses. And we go to the fourth. G League games normally pretty high scoring, but this one's been a defensive slog with David Mocha dropping the hammer.
Welcome back to Now Arena as we get ready for fourth quarter action. We want to thank our good friends at Bear Family McDonald's. They always stop by each and every home game, drop off a Big Mac and some fries for our audio engineer Darius Lawrence to enjoy during the first half. And fans here at Now Arena, when the Windy City Bulls score 100 points and win the game, they get a certificate redeemable for a free Big Mac at participating Bear Family McDonald's restaurants. I want to thank them for the snacks. And hopefully the Bulls can come up with a way to win this game, get to 100, and everybody can walk away with a free Big Mac.
It's rare to watch a G League game where neither team gets to 100. That's the pace we have here as Buzelis breaks the fourth quarter ice.
Like that drive by Modest that time. A little bit more under control, was able to use his reach to go over the top of the defense. Nice and easy.
15 points. It's a team high. A little lob, down low intended for Sharp. Mocha broke it up.
Yeah, good defense that time.
Bulls have been trailing virtually this entire game. Legends at one point had a 14-point lead and now turn it back over.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there. E.J. Liddell wanted to get the ball to Ben Coupette in the corner. Coupette decided to cut baseline. Ball goes out of bounds.
Legends have lost 3 straight. Looking to break that today as Wheeler balloons the lead to 5 with a nice move.
Yeah, Modest that time thought he could get the shot block from behind, but Wheeler was able to get the shot underneath his reach and convert it to 2.
An alley-oop to Mocha with his second flush.
Good pass from Schumacher. Sets up the big man for an easy flush.
They need all the dunks they can get. Shooting numbers for both teams, sub 40% on the night. It's been slow moving offensively. And here's Lucas to Wheeler. A long, audacious 3 that misses. And run for the rebound. Bulls win it with Mocha. Here's Schumacher, de facto point guard. Takes it around. Now into Liddell with the right hand off. Wheeler rebound.
Again, I think he was wondering where the 7'5" Sharp was. Maybe altered that shot just a bit.
It's a different game with Sharp in it. And then a foul goes against Schumacher. Second foul on Schumacher.
Yeah, there's Wheeler going into the paint.
Cookie jar.
3 different defenders trying to reach for him, and foul to be called against Mocha as Billy Donovan brings back a couple of his starters. Adama Sanogo returns along with Julian Phillips.
And slow night for Sanogo also. 6 points, 5 rebounds on 2 of 11 shooting.
And
then he's whistled for a foul. That's his 4th.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding for Adama. Just has not been able to get the ball in situations where he's comfortable. And I think the fact that he's playing against that 7'5" center has affected how good he can be inside trying to get those little putback opportunities.
Adama listed at 6'9". So tough sledding against the 7'5" Jamarian Sharp. And here's Sharp on the alley-oop miss.
Another missed dunk for Sharp.
That's 2. Phillips weaving in. Nice move for 2.
Real good stop and go move, change of direction, gets around Sharp, able to lay it in on the other side of the rim.
16 points for Phillips to go with 12 rebounds. Nice night to lead the Bulls in scoring. And here's Leonard Jr. Miss on a 3. Rebound, Holden. Back out to Leonard. So nice second effort gives the Legends another shot. Lucas. Fouled by Buzelis, which is number 3 for Matis.
Lucas did a nice job that time to get Modest off his feet, and really the only thing he could do was come down and foul him, so that'll give Lucas a chance to shoot a free throw. As you see it there, little shot fake. Modest is going to knock that into the backcourt. Instead, he ends up drawing a foul.
Is that one where you want to see Matis stay home a bit?
That was going to be a volleyball spike there. He was going to knock that one all the way to the other end of the court.
And it was going to be really impressive. Lucas, 92% free throw shooter.
He's played a really nice floor game for them.
He has, and 18 points to show for it.
Sanogo setting the screen.
Here goes Schumacher. A lot of dribbling, and then the left-handed shot. No There's Sanogo
Oh, my
for
goodness.
cleanup, and then the third time is the charm.
I tell you what, Adam, if you talk to him right now, he would say, I can't believe all these little cripple shots I'm missing right at the rim.
Half his misses have been those little
Yeah.
tips.
And he's usually money in the bank on those.
Yeah. Tonight, 3 for 12 shooting, 8 points. Lucas to Aratithe.
Another missed dunk. Rack
That's
him up.
3 missed dunks for the Legends as Liddell ran into his defender. Offensive foul.
Yeah, that time Liddell was kind of tripping down the lane. He was trying to regain his balance and wound up pushing the defender away. Tried to go around the defender, crossed himself over, ran right into the defender, gets called for the offensive foul.
He didn't have control.
Unfortunate series of events there for EJ.
So Texas will take it. They've led the entire game and lead down to 1.
Yeah, I got a 1-point game. Windy City's just got to find a way to grab a hold of this thing.
Leonard, a 3-ball, and back to a 4-point lead. Tiafia Leonard, 8 points, his second 3-pointer of the night. Bulls to work now. Schumacher, Sanogo on the pick and roll for 2.
Really well executed pick and roll. That time Sanogo diving to the hoop. Schumacher caught him in stride. No shot blocker around to try to deter that attempt.
And maybe this is where Sanogo gets cooking a bit. He's out on Lucas. An open 3 for Henderson is off. It tips to Liddell. Bulls with some mojo. Miller. Schumacher. Into the paint. Schumacher ties it up.
Little show and go for Alex Schumacher. That time he kind of showed the ball to the defense, extended his right hand. He's got a really good touch off glass. There you see it. High off the glass and gets it to fall.
And the Bulls have tied it up coming down the stretch. Tonight was the Matas Buzelis game-worn jersey giveaway for the first 1,000 fans, and Mark and I were lucky to be 2 of those.
Yeah, it's a nice keepsake. You know, this guy's going to be a star in the NBA down the road, and people who got a chance to get this great souvenir can say, I remember when he was a rookie and he played at Now Arena. That was a fun night.
Bulls were kind enough to give us a couple. It's a beautiful little display.
You know, and they have some of the best giveaways
They do.
in pro sports. They really
They
do.
do.
And coming up the next 2 Saturdays, they got. I know a lot of people like to collect bobbleheads.
Kobe
They've got
White.
a Kobe White bobblehead on the 11th. And on the 18th, it's going to be an Io DeSumo where half his jersey's Illinois, half his jersey's Bulls. So a lot of U of I alums, I think, would love to have that as a keepsake.
Jared Lucas, no on a 3. Yeah, if you're an Illinois and Bulls fan,
Right.
you gotta come out
Yeah,
for
that's
the
on the
IO
18th.
giveaway. That is essential for you. Just over 7 to go here. Bulls have tied it up, and E.J. Liddell can't give him the lead there.
Yeah, EJ was flying in there thinking about bringing the house down with a dunk. Shot was altered, not able to finish at the rim.
Alatishe snipes it in the corner. Tanner Holden. The bounce. And now it's Lucas with another three.
Yeah, he has hit some big shots throughout this game. Jared Lucas now 5 for 11 from long distance, and a couple of misses were just desperation heaves. He's been very effective from long distance.
His 21 points, a game high. And then a tumble for Schumacher, which is a Texas foul.
Yeah, he got dragged down from behind. Not a shooting foul as Marcus Domask checks back in.
Another look, Holden bumping Schumacher. We talk about all these Bulls giveaways. When's my Mark Shanowski game-worn sport coat snippet giveaway?
You never know. I'll tell you what.
I might bring a little scissors to the next game.
Brett Seymour and his great crew, they do a fantastic job with their giveaways.
They really do. Windy City Bulls. Check them out online. Get the schedule, get the giveaways, get your tickets. As Buzelis has it for the Bulls. Driving in, a block by Alatishe.
Modest thought he was fouled that time. Looking back at the officials, wide open three-point look instead for the Texas Legends.
So
Jordan
Henderson
cashes in.
And what was a tie game, now a 6-point Texas lead with a couple of threes. Damask. Buzelis around to Miller. Three ball. Yes!
Boy, they really needed that. Emmanuel Miller going back against the team that dealt him away.
8 points. He's hit both of his three-point attempts against a team he played for last week. Lucas down to Holden with an open slam.
That time Holden working the baseline, able to get behind the defense. Bulls got caught ball watching and ends up in a dunk for the Legends.
Bulls have trailed this thing since the 5:46 mark of the first quarter. Liddell. Damask nearly lost it. Liddell for three. Yes!
E.J. Liddell really picking up his offensive game here in the second half, shooting the Bulls back in it.
The Ohio State grad looking to will his team to victory.
He is fired up trying to will his team to victory, as you mentioned. I think that Liddell has played exceptional basketball here in the second half, hitting from all three levels.
13 points in 30 minutes tonight. It's Henderson over Sanogo, an impressive finish.
Kind of spun it up on the rim and able to get the shooter's touch.
Jordan Henderson brings Texas back up 4. Coming down the wire, Bulls playing without a point guard tonight as Arcidiacono sits, but Damask draws contact, headed to the line.
Good job by Domask getting into the paint. For fans who watched him play at the University of Illinois last year, he played almost as a power guard, and this time he's able to get into the paint, draw the foul. He'll go to the line, shoot one free throw, chance for 2 points.
All Big Ten first teamer at Illinois. He recorded the 10th ever triple-double in the NCAA tournament in the Illini's first-round victory last year. And now in his first pro season, has the Bulls within 2.
And he's just gotten more and more confident as this G League season has gone on. Initially, he was coming off the bench at times. His minutes were a little bit sporadic, but Billy Donovan's just gotten more and more confident in Domask as the season has gone on.
Way long distance for Lucas. Heat check with the capital H.
A little bit too far that time, comes up with nothing but air.
So Bulls a chance to tie it again.
Billy Donovan signaling the play as they try to exert some pressure on Domask, knowing that he's not normally in this position of handling point guard duties.
Buzelis there to set a screen. Billy Donovan yelling, set it. And then Damask loses it. Maybe a symptom of not being a true point guard. Here's Leonard driving. No finish. And Damask rips the glass. Buzelis running the floor. Buzelis with the slam.
That's what we came to see. We know that Modest Buzelis has bad intentions when he goes to the rim. That time in the open court, able to flush it with two hands. We got a tie ball game with just over 4 minutes to go. Modest Buzelis at 6'10", between two defenders, throws it down as we head to a timeout. Windy City on the comeback here at Now Arena.
As always, Gus Thibault tries to do the impossible. I swear he makes it sometimes, just not.
Oh, he does. He does.
Night.
And we see him practicing before the game. It's not for lack of effort.
No, this is a well-practiced, majestic mascot maestro, and we've got a tie game coming down the wire here at the Now Arena. Bulls with all of their two-way players, plus a couple NBA assignment players in Julian Phillips and Montes Buzelis, facing a shorthanded Texas team, but tied as Mocha called for basket interference, so basket counts.
Mocha came over from the weak side trying to wipe that one away, and he caught it on the way down. So goaltending against Mocha. Legends go back in front by 2. Here you see Henderson getting to the rim, ball on its way down. That's a goaltend.
It's the third goaltending call of the night. 2 on Texas, 1 on Windy City. And under 4 to go, Buzelis with it. Buzelis open and cashes in mid-range.
Yeah, hopefully that dunk got him going. You can see there, very much under control. Nice step back baseline 15-footer.
19 points, 8 of 22 shooting for Montes Buzelis. Lucas, 1-on-2.
Modest almost got a steal there.
Holden to Alatishe, and good defensive hold for Buzelis.
That time they got Mocha in the air, but Modest able to offer some help.
Buzelis.
He was thinking about dunking
stripped.
again.
And Henderson is open for the dunk and one. Coupette the foul, and a hard fall for Henderson. Ay. And a ton of pain as his head made contact with the bottom of the hoop.
Yeah, Billy Donovan was looking at the officials going, my guy got fouled on one end, and you call this one on this end. Not real happy with what the officials did in that last sequence.
And good to see Henderson getting up. He was down by that McDonald's bag. Here he is, high flying in transition.
Yeah, it didn't look like he touched him at all. Unless there was some contact in the lower body. He certainly didn't touch him as he swept across with his arm.
But the foul went against Coupette, so Henderson with a chance to spring the lead out to 3. First-year pro out of Canisius. Can't hit it. Lead stays at 2. So here comes Buzelis. This is when you want him to take over. The lob for Mocha. Puts it in and count it.
Modest now handling the role of point guard. That time he got into the paint. Dropped it back to his center, Mocha, who dropped it in. He'll get a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. Modest, the point guard at 6'10". The one-hand little lob feed, and Mocha converts.
His 4th assist of the night. And Mocha can give the Bulls the lead. First lead since the first quarter.
Yeah, it feels like forever since they've been in front. It's been a long climb. Every time they've gotten close, the Legends have been able to hit a three-point shot. Hopefully the Bulls defense can lock in over the last 2:45.
It was 17-14 Bulls. 5 minutes left in the first.
2-on-1 break.
Phillips stripped and fouled by Lucas. Probably a smart foul with the 2-on-1.
Yeah, that time Phillips could have dropped it off to Modest. He instead tried to spin and finish it himself. Modest was thinking about throwing down another power dunk, but Phillips had his back to the play. He'll go to the free throw line with a chance to shoot 1 for 2 points. And as we get to the 2-minute mark, then they'll go back to the traditional rules where every free throw is shot.
Phillips now with 18. We've talked so much about Buzelis tonight, but Phillips, 18 points, 12 rebounds, super smooth.
He's done a good job. You know, he's a player at 6'7" who plays taller than his listed height because of his explosive vertical leaping ability.
43 inches in his draft year.
Nice play by Mocha to tap it away.
And here comes Buzelis. 3-point lead for Phillips. Stuck in the paint. Back to Mocha. And he's blocked by Sharp.
Yeah, that time he tried to get to the other side of the rim. Didn't quite have enough height to finish that reverse dunk.
Block number 4 for the 7'5"
I think the block
center.
went to the rim, not to Sharp.
And here's Sharp, blocked by Liddell, who gets whistled for a foul.
Yeah, good help there by E.J. Liddell to come from the weak side and knock it away. Don't know if Billy Donovan is going to try to challenge that.
He does have his challenges.
Ball dropped inside. Yeah, there's a lot of contact there. I don't think they would win a challenge. The hope is now Sharp has to shoot both free throws. Maybe you get at least one miss here.
Yeah, we're under 2 minutes, so back to traditional free throw rules. He's only 3 of 12 on the season.
So he's just take that, Sam Brief.
Yeah, number 4.
He's got his fingers taped up. He's got a brace on there, you know. That was good form, though, that time. I'm sure he spends a lot of time trying to work at it. At 7-5, Bobby does get fouled a lot.
And he cashes them both.
I think he pointed at you as he came back down court.
All I did was say the stat. Come on, Jamarion. Hey, a 1-point game. Approaching the home stretch. Here's Buzelis. The Bulls' first-round pick in trouble, and he gets it to Domask. With 5, Domask.
The Legends out trapping on every screen.
He's got to get it up. Domask the 3. It's short. Sharp the rebound. So now Texas can retake the lead. Under 90 seconds to go. It's a 3 for Henderson. Yes!
Yeah, nobody picked up Henderson that time in transition. There was a little confusion about who was guarding him. Henderson hits the 3, and now the Legends are up by 2 with 1:17 to go, and they're celebrating over at their bench. They know if they can somehow pull out a win here on the Bulls' home floor with the Bulls kind of loaded for bear, this would be a huge win for them. You see all the defense kind of drop back into the paint. They left Henderson wide open for 3.
A short-handed Texas team against a fully loaded Bulls team. And Texas has dominated most of the night. It'll come down to the wire, and on this Bulls possession, what specifically are you looking for?
Well, they have to avoid over-dribbling. I think that's where they've gotten in trouble with both Marcus Domask and Modest, trying to create something on their own rather than trying to work off of a screen. I think right now what they need to do is maybe get Sanogo a touch inside and kick it out to an open shooter. They're trying to do too much dribbling on the perimeter, and the Legends have done a good job of double-teaming the ball handler and really mucking up the Bulls' half-court offense.
Buzelis and Phillips are on the floor, joined by Sanogo, Liddell, and Domask.
Yeah, this is the lineup that Billy Donovan started with. Hopefully they get some good execution here, get a nice clean look. We haven't seen one in the last couple of minutes.
Ugly shooting night for the Bulls. Can they pull it out as they open an 8-game homestand to start the new year?
So Phillips comes up to set the screen for Modest. He'll try a 3-ball, comes
and
up short.
Air ball for Buzelis. Just 1 for 8 from three-point land.
Not sure that's exactly what Billy Donovan drew up there. I think Modest got a little bit anxious and decided to try to hit a 3-ball when they had plenty of time on the shot clock.
Buzelis hit his first 3 of the night, 0 for 8 since. And now with a minute to go, Texas the ball and the lead. Lucas.
Bulls are switching everything out front.
Now it's Henderson bullying in, and he misses
wild
strong.
miss. Billy Donovan exhorting them to push it. But the Legends are able to set their half-court defense with 40 seconds to go.
Buzelis handling. The Bulls' first-round pick with a drive. Buzelis draws a foul. He'll go to the line.
Modest going in strong, wanted to dunk it, instead had to alter it at the last moment. I think in that situation, rather than trying to dunk it, he'd been better off maybe just laying it off the glass and still get the and one.
Sharp the foul, and Buzelis with big free throws. He's 1 of 3 on the night.
Yeah, Modest is looking at Sharp like, what are you complaining about? You obviously fouled me. Because I'm an NBA player. What are you thinking about? You're not blocking my dunk.
And it's a 1-point game. Buzelis, a confident young man.
He's talking a little trash, too, with the Legends. He's a very confident young guy. He just turned 20 in October, but I'll tell you what, he's not going to back down to anybody.
And we're tied at 95.
Now, this is a situation where hopefully the Bulls can slowed them down to the point where they'll get the last shot in this game.
An 8-second differential for Texas. Here's Henderson.
Oh, it should have been a foul on Sharp, and it
then
is.
An offensive foul.
Yeah,
They get Sharp for the moving screen.
He stuck his hip out. That was a very easy call. Catherine Chang decisively makes the call, though now the officials are huddling here. To me, it looked like a clear offensive foul on the screen.
There you see it.
Maybe they're saying Sanogo pushed him, and that's why he moved.
So the officials deliberating a huge call with 22 seconds left.
This may be challenged regardless of what they eventually decide.
And they're going to call a foul on Sanogo.
Yeah, when we got to look
push.
from that other angle, Adama kind of pushed Sharp into the Bulls defender, and that's what caused the foul. Here, take another look as you see Sharp all of a sudden goes flying.
Yeah.
Sanogo gave him a little bit of a shove and pushed him into his teammate Lucas.
So it's sort of the domino effect. You push a guy into another guy, the first pusher gets
Chain
the
reaction,
foul.
yeah. Well, we'll see if Sharp's got 2 more free throws in him.
I'll update the numbers. He's 5 of 14 on the
Yes.
season, but 2 of 2 on the night.
That's quick work. He did it without a calculator, too, folks.
5 of 15. We stay tied.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's just math. It's just math, Sam. Nothing personal, just math.
And this is a monster free throw in a tie ball game.
So the shot clock is off now with 22.6 seconds left. I'd imagine Billy Donovan will call a timeout, make or miss.
And it's a make. So the Bulls will take it down 1, needing a bucket. They've trailed virtually all night, and they'll have a chance to win it at the buzzer if they want.
Yeah, I think this time maybe what you do is you get Modest on the weak side as you see another look at the push from behind by Sanogo that got Sharp to the free throw line. Maybe you run Modest off a weak side curl, get him the ball on the move, where he can use his athleticism to get to the rim rather than just throwing him the ball inbounds and let him trying to dribble the ball.
Is this one where you want a relatively quick shot, or do you really want to go to the last second?
It just depends on what kind of action that you come up with. If you break somebody clean off the initial action, go ahead and take the shot. If you just try to bleed the clock down to 4 or 5 seconds, if you miss, there's no recourse, because you're down 1. If you're tied, yeah, you definitely would bleed the clock. I think here you take the first good shot that you get.
The Bulls tonight bolstered by 2 NBA players on assignment. Last year's second-round pick, Julian Phillips, and this year's first-round pick, Matas Buzelis. Those 2 guys are joined by Sanogo, Liddell, and Damask. The Bulls have trailed virtually all night and opening an 8-game homestand. Let's see if they can pull out the win in the waning moments.
They get the ball to Domas coming off a double screen.
Here comes that screen from Sanogo. Now Liddell with it. 7 on the shot clock.
The Bulls are kind of bogged down right now. Ball tapped away. It'll stay with the Bulls.
And only 2 seconds to get something up. Billy Donovan III coaching his team on the fly here. The first-year head coach will have the ball inbounded right in front of his bench. Damask will take it. And the lanky 6'7" Warith Alatishe is on the ball.
Yeah, the Bulls are just have to catch and get up a shot right away.
And a big moment here. A couple teams that have struggled. Damask lobbing. Liddell gets it up, and at the buzzer, an air ball. So it goes back to Texas at 7.3.
So unless the Bulls can get a steal off the inbound, they're just going to have to foul. Hope for a miss from the Legends with 7.6 seconds left. So they call a timeout to advance the ball into the front court. And now Jordan Sears will get all his best free throw shooters in.
They'll bring some of the sharpshooters in. I mean, Texas is the second worst free throw shooting team in the G League, so take that at face value. But they can balloon the lead back out to 3, although no matter what, The Bulls, if they get the ball back, would have a chance to at least tie it. And a frustrating shooting night for Windy City. 38% from the floor, 29% from three. Probably expected a little more offensive firepower.
Yeah, it's been one of those games where no one really caught fire from the outside, so they've had to basically earn every bucket they're getting by just pounding it to the basket. Either, we've seen a number of dunks, we've seen guys get to the free throw line, but no one really caught fire from the outside. Of course, the Bulls have been missing Javon Freeman Liberty for a long time with a thigh injury, and he's one of those guys that can light it up from long distance. And with the injuries that they have on the team right now, I mentioned Ryan Arcidiacono not available because of a sore knee. Don't know if he's going to be able to play tomorrow, but they're just a little bit short in terms of the long-range shooting. So in this situation, they'll try to double team on the inbounds. If they can't get the steal, they have to foul right away.
And it goes up top to Bruner, who's fouled by Phillips.
And that's exactly what Jordan Sears wanted, one of his best free throw shooters, to be able to catch the ball and go to the line for two. Windy City's out of timeouts, so they're going to have to really push the ball up court. Depending on what happens here, they might need a three.
Tommy Bruner in his third game for the Legends. He's so new that, as Mark pointed out, no name on the jersey.
Right. But a prolific scorer in college. He's used to having the ball in his hands in late game situations.
First one makes it look easy. Now Alatishe and Holden check in for Texas. A little more length defensively.
And the Bulls do have the opportunity to advance it. There's a reset timeout where you can't huddle, but you can at least move the ball 45 feet.
That's
47 feet. I'm not real good at math.
Yeah, 94 divided by 2.
Yeah, 47.
Come on, Mark. Shanowski. It's a three-point game. And Bulls do use that reset. So let's walk. Let's count them out. 47 feet up the floor. So 7.6. You need a three to tie it. Bulls tonight, 29% from downtown.
And there's really no obvious choice as to who would shoot this. You just have to try to get it to an open look. Liddell has shot the ball pretty well in the second half. I think that's ideally who they'd like to see shoot this three-pointer.
Best shot you'll take. Down three, Damask with the inbound.
Got to get it in.
And into the corner, Phillips, a three. Bounce, bounce, no. Damask gets it. One more shot for Liddell. And it's strong. Texas holds on at the buzzer.
That first shot by Jordan Phillips looked a lot like that Kawhi Leonard shot in the playoffs. The one that bounced and went in and sent the Raptors to the conference finals.
Oh, he didn't have the Kawhi magic tonight.
No.
And the Bulls fall.
A good look there by Julian Phillips. Couldn't quite get it to go, and the last attempt by E.J. Liddell was just a desperation heave. Here's another look. Phillips went up with a lot of confidence off the back iron, and no, and then as time was about to expire, shot no good for E.J. Liddell. And the Bulls come up 3 points short.
And they come up 5 short of 100, so no McDonald's, no win. And we will break it down on the other side. back at the Now Arena where the Bulls comeback falls short. A game they trailed almost wire to wire ends with loss number 14 of the season. Sam Brief, Mark Schanowski with you courtside. Happy New Year. We'll say that, I think, for just one more day. But, Mark, this is one that the Bulls should have been confident.
Thanks. Lucas,
thank
we
you very much,
your help
Lucas,
all night.
our MVP assistant. We wouldn't be anything without these pieces of paper, so thank you, Lucas. But the Bulls a loss in a game that, when you look at the rosters, Mark, maybe they should have won.
Yeah, it was kind of a strange lineup that Billy Donovan had to run out there today because with Ryan Arcidiacono injured, DJ Stewart no longer with the team, they didn't really have a pure point guard other than when Alex Schumacher came in off the bench. So they tried to load it up with big guys and attack the basket. Unfortunately, they couldn't find anybody to knock down any three-point shots. And Texas was a little bit undermanned, but they played a really good game defensively. They really frustrated the Bulls. They've had the 7'5" center Sharp, who deterred some shots at the rim. And just one of those games they never could get over the top. You know, they tied it up, took a lead briefly, but they just couldn't finish it off.
We saw quite a bit in the second half from E.J. Liddell, who will definitely be with the team tomorrow. Montes Buzelis and Julian Phillips, we expect to be back up in the NBA. But tomorrow it's the same two teams, 7 o'clock tip-off. What's a quick adjustment the Bulls can make?
Well, you just hope that some of those three-point shots go, and that's one of the things you can't control. In the modern game, the three-point shot is king, and when the Bulls were struggling, they didn't have a lot of other places to go. I thought that Buzelis was really good in attacking the rim. I thought Julian Phillips did some nice things as well. When you look at their numbers, Modest had 21 points, 9 rebounds, 5 blocks, and Julian Phillips had a double-double, 18 points, 12 rebounds. So those two guys did a good job. I think right now Billy Donovan is looking for somebody who can provide some of that outside shooting that will open up more opportunities for Adama Sanogo, who really didn't have that big offensive game tonight.
And Sanogo tonight just 10 points as the Bulls shot 7 of 26 from downtown. We had Buzelis and Phillips with the Bulls on NBA assignment, and they put on quite a show with some high-flying dunks, but it was not enough tonight as Jamarian Sharp, Philip Wheeler, Jared Lucas, and the Texas Legends just too much.
Space Jam night tomorrow.
7 o'clock
themed jerseys.
Tip.
We're looking forward to it.
Come out, and if you can't come out, join us on the broadcast alongside my partner, Mark Schanowski, and our championship crew, Sam Brief, saying so long from the Now Arena.
This copyrighted broadcast of the NBA G League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA G League.